All right, back out here on this thing. As all of you know, it's been a hell of a year for the wife and Eco Boom Boom. Yep. Second engine this year. 2 transmissions this year. Hell of a time. Let me show you. So right here is the culprit. Right here. See that crack? Yep. And it's even lifted up from the sleeve a little bit right there. Yep. Filled number 2 up. Hydrolocked it. Bad. So yeah. This motor has not quite even a quarter of a mile pass on it yet, if I can get it up. Did an 1/8 mile hit down in Myrtle. Blew front pump bad transfer second time. Got that fixed. Ran over here at Cecil. Made it to not even 330. Car went sideways. Obviously got something under the tire. Automatically assume, well, there went front pump in transit again. Come to find out, no. It was coolant. Pumped it all out. Shut it down real quick. Got it off the side of the track. Pushed it off track. Went the other side. She was hydrolocked. Came back, popped the head off it that night. And that's what I found. So now I'm snatching it out of there because we're putting supposedly a big daddy block in it of Ecoboost. Right here. It's the Mazda block. They claim it's the strongest one that Ecoboost has to offer. I mean, it better be for the price of it. I could buy a dart block for a small block Chevrolet or a small block Ford for the cost of this thing. So I hope it lives. See, it's got more meat here. The water jackets ain't quite as big. See how it's got that V cut in between them right here? And this one does not have that. So they claim it's stronger. I do not know. Or how I hope. I hope. All right. I've almost got this thing ready to pull. Rotor bolts were real pain in the ass. I don't know why, but some reason or another, you put them in, you got to take them out, and it seems like you torque them to 450 foot-pounds. Go figure. All right. We get a couple of housing bolts out of it, a couple coolant lines off it, and let's get her up out of here. Now, what caused that crack? Don't ask me. I don't know. Was it machine work? Was it tuning? Shitty luck? I don't know. That is hard to tell. Very hard to tell anymore with this thing. All I do know is I'm % tired of putting motors in this thing and doing them. So I'm hoping that this right here is the one-all, the goat that's going to help this thing live. I know we're pushing good power out of that thing. I mean, it made 604 or 603. 603 at the tire on 6 pounds less boost than what we're running now. We haven't had back to the dyno yet. But I just want it to live. It can make 75 horsepower to the tire right now, as long as it lives. That's all I want to do, so she can get some enjoyment out of this thing for a little while. This year has been terrible, as I was saying. It would be a hell of a lot easier if I could just take the new one, throw it up on a stand, take guts out, this one that's on a stand, swap it, but I can't. I have another small block Ford on my other stand I'm building for a customer. So, we're in one stand right now. So I'm going to have to disintegrate that one and then throw the new block up on there and put all these guts back in. Put it in there. I want to have this thing running this week. Have it done. That's what I'm hoping. So this way, the white one back here, it's going to be tore apart. I sold the engine out of it. I got another engine for it and some other goodies, which I'll put in another video with that car. Oh, God. All right, I'm hungry. I think I'm going to go eat some dinner. And I guess come back out and get on this. I'm debating. Should I turn my heat off or leave it on because it's cold out? Maybe I'll turn it off while I'm in there. All right, back in a little bit. Well, she's out finally. Maybe get a better look at that crack. I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway. Yep, that's it right there. All right. So, our block is completely stripped. This is the new one. This is that Mazda block MGR right here. As you can tell by the oil all over it. So she has definitely gotten the Diddy treatment. So she is all lubed up. Knocking in the last piston now. Basically all goes as planned here. And then I'll throw the crank in it in. I'm going to leave all these up at top dead here. And after that, we'll... There we go. After that, I got to look up torques. I'm going to have to look up the old Louisville and see what torques are. I don't know what they are in this thing. Off the top of my head. This one has main bolts there, not main studs like the other one. We actually had studs in it. It's kind of shocking they didn't put studs in this one, but it does not have studs. I don't know how true it is, but I know in the small block Chevrolets and stuff I build, they claim that when you put studs in the main, you should have it line board. Now, whether or not that stands true, I don't know. I'm just going by what the machine shops have told me. I do not know. So, all pistons are in. Goody goody. Now we roll this thing over, and we'll put the crank in it. Here we go. I think I'll probably use a big bottle of lube itself over here. I already put the oil squirters in out of the other block. This one didn't have them in there. And I'll put that block off over here. So, let's get this thing cleaned up and stick these rod bearings in, stick these main bearings in real quick. Let me go, let me get all that junk here together real quick. I will be right back. Alright, so we got our mains in here. We got our rods in. What you want to keep in mind is when you're putting them in, your bearings, don't put any oil in between the back of the bearing and the mating surface. Make sure it's dry. Now this side, where the crank's going to sit, obviously, put something in there. Which for me, it's just going to be good old Castrol 2050 because I got that on the bench. That's what's going to be good if I can get it open. That's what's going to be getting in there. My goodness. Well, I'm getting weak mode. It's can't even walk anymore. Alright. Just put that right on the old bearings. Just we need a dry start here. There we go. And I put them on the rods because it's here and it's open. You can get to them right now. Makes it a lot easier for you. There we go. The old crank sitting over here. Already cleaned it up. Look at it. It still looks like brand new, which it should. The other motor didn't have 500 miles on it. So my rotating assembly here is coming out of. So it better look good. It's a heavy little bastard. Not that much. When you're putting it in, since you got the rods in, kind of put it sideways like that. So your journal's not facing down. Make it easier on you. Like that right there. She is sitting in there. Here we go. Beautiful. Alright. Now, since we have it right here, we know we can get two rods up in here. So they're not going to interfere with anything. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Which, I mean, it should push nice and easy. Like so. Well, make a liar on me. I don't want to hit my journals with it. That's why you want to take her easy. You don't want to go ram her up into the crank journal. There you go. Looking good still? Looking good still. Yep. Alrighty. Ow. Hurt the baby's fingers. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Dinner. All right, here's one. See, these right here, since they got bolts instead of studs, I mean, it makes it a little bit safer for you. That's a good thing, right? Is that not that one? Try to get my glove up in there. I don't want that in there. There's that one. All right. So what you're going to do is the same thing. Take your caps. You want to clean them up, dry them. I'll put a little bit on the crank. So it's not dry again, which crank's already lubed up, but a little bit more ain't going to hurt you. Make me feel better about myself. All right. There's that. I use the blue rags because you don't want red rags, shop rags, stuff like that, because they have lint on them. And you definitely do not want that. Believe it or not, piece of lint, 100% will scratch crank up if it gets in there. So see, clean the inside of that rod up so it's dry. What we're going to do is, there we go. When you put these on, you got that little tab, it's a lock. You make sure it's locked to lock. So it's going to keep returning, which is kind of odd that the mains don't actually have a lock on them, which I didn't even notice when I took that one apart. But it does not. So, I guess somehow or another they've figured out that it's not going to spin. I'm assuming maybe the main girdle hangs over top of it, maybe a little bit or something. I don't know. Probably. Sitting here looking at it, I think that's what it does do. The girdle must hang it over just enough to hold it in there. All right. There's that one ready. I'm going to just go through right now and get them all ready. This way, I'm going to do these two right here just so you see what I'm talking about. And after that, I'll just go ahead and do them. And then I'll come back because, in a sense, it's sitting here watching me do all of them. Just trying to show you what I'm talking about here. All right. Yes, I am reusing the old bearings and everything out of the other motor because it has no miles on it and the bearings look good. So I'm not spending money if I don't have to. She already had a ton of money wrapped up in the other one. Never needed on her. So, I'll spend a ton of money if you ain't got to, right? All right. I'm going to snug those out. I'm not going to torque them because I don't expect yet. Oh, hey, you're back. Need to clean this up here. So get this puppy all slammed up on there. Well, that didn't work. That was supposed to be brake clean, but obviously I grabbed the wrong one. Oh well. Still cleans it up though. Well, so far in here all looks good. Thank goodness. So at least it didn't hurt none of this junk. I would take a whiz wheel to this, but it's got these O-rings now. I don't really want to hit those with the old Scotch brake pad that's on there and go grind them down. So we'll need to steal Manuel labor way. I guess we've actually got brake clean now. Thought I did. Thought I had brake clean. Evidently, I do not, for some reason or another, have brake clean. I don't know why. Well, okay. Very well. You know what I'm going to use? I do have this laying around. Seafoam. Take the carbon off, right? It's got to take this off. Make it work. Use whatever you got to make it work, right? Seafoam smells so good, doesn't it? Brings you back. I don't know what brings you back to. Brings you back to something, I guess. I don't need that razor blade. Maybe. Head balls over, must be in the head. Then be watching video of me laying on the ground 15 minutes knocked out. Alright. Actually, doesn't look bad now. It really doesn't need much. Thank goodness. She's actually pretty clean. Of course, I mean, the motor didn't have no miles on it, so guess that was a plus. Alright. Get the head studs in this thing. We'll get this thing hammered up down there. Move one more step ahead, and then next be timing chains. We're getting there. We'll get better in this thing eventually. Now we got to torque her down in 3 steps: 25, 50, 75. Then we got to loosen them all up. Do it all over again. Gotta love that. Let's see. I always just work from the center and way out, rather than just going by a pattern, because that's all you're doing then. You give it a whole pattern. I don't know what stock is. It's got head studs in it, so I don't know what stock torque is on these things. I need to find the mains, though. I need to find torque in them. Lovely. I don't know if anybody else ran into this in these MZR blocks. I was putting a pickup tube in it, and this one right here is always missing because they don't have stud main or main studs in it and all. But right here, this bolt right here that holds this pickup tube is not in the MZR, but it is in the ST block. So I wasn't about to leave it out and just rely on the 2 oil pump bolts, because it could either rattle and knock that little weld loose, or not only that, but I've actually had baffles go bad in oil pans on like small black Chevrolets and junk. No, actually rattle sound like they're knocking. So all I did was took it, got the bolt size here, and drilled and tapped that main girdle and put that in there. This way it doesn't vibrate around. We don't have chances of it knocking the tube off the oil pump and starting to roll. So that's something I guess to think of if you're doing this, because I took all the guts out of the ST block, as you guys seen, and dropped it in this one. But apparently that main girdle is a little bit different just because of that right there. All right, I already got timing chains on, everything's torqued. I'm ready to drop the oil pan on, put the timing cover all up on it, water pump, the crankcase breather here, and the oil filter housing right there in the back. It was in there somewhere. And put the dampener on. And once I get off here, I put the rear main in it and the flex plate, and then we can drop her back in this puppy. And finally, be moving along. Well, she is together, but we have hit about 62.5 snags on this piece of junk. Apparently the alternator up the ST block does not fit the MZR block. Everybody fails to mention that part, I guess. The updated motor mount you gotta get for this side, the tubular one, that one, it's kind of hokey pokey. Goes into the bell here, and it gets one right here on the block, and the bottom one floats just like that one did on the ST block, the stock one. So that's kind of trashy, but it's going to work. And then oil feed line to the turbo. The block steps out here in the webbing, so I can't get the banjo fitting in that one. So I'm going to have to go get some pipe threaded spacer. Put it out. Put it on a 90. Put a dash for NA in it to convert it over to get it to the turbo. Another thing you got to do. And I've been about 40 minutes right now trying to get the stupid ass bushing out. That's right in the top of the thermostat housing. So you can put in this. So you can put your coolant lines back in there. Well, if I'd have known that, we'll put the head on it. I could have just drilled that out and put this in. But instead, the head is on it. This is all together. I ain't taking back apart to do that. But yeah. Make sure you check for that. Make sure you got an alternator, obviously. You know you need that AC bracket and that motor mount. Rear main seal I got didn't have the damn plastic piece in it, so I can slide it on. I'm going to have to go get another one and rob that out of it. And, yeah, it's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare now. Went together smooth on the bottom end, and then we get to all the accessories, and it's turned into a nightmare. This car is going to be the death of me. That's what it's going to be. All I know is this thing better stay together this time. It better. Oh, another thing. Forgot about that. There's a coolant hose that runs out of the back of here. This pipe that runs down into the block on the stock ones and the SCs. Well, totally different on the MZR. It's got a big old, I don't know, it looks like probably a 5/8 pipe thread in there. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't even know what that's for, I'm assuming maybe air, just so it doesn't, like, you know what I mean, try to get it out of there, make sure it ain't airlocked. So right now I'm going to bypass it. I'm going to take and cap this off, see what happens. I think that is it. So this thing has been a nightmare, dude. I don't know. Yeah, let me see what else. I think that's all the issues I ran into. Probably doesn't sound like a lot, but boy, it's frustrating sometimes. Very frustrating sometimes. I think that was it. But everything else went together smooth on it. Like I said, until I started getting to this little nickel and dime accessory crap on it. Yeah. But I don't know why the alternator would be different on this. The dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. But you got to put it on there. I don't even know where I put it at. There it is. You got to put it on there. And it hits the block. Here's the factory stud I took out of the other one. And it's supposed to bolt there. And then come in and bolts up here. Well, if you look, it's against the block on the inside here. Right there. So it'll never make it. So I'm assuming yellow alternator mounting pads must be further into the alternator. Scoot it out this way. I'm guessing. I don't know. Which means I'll probably have to change the belt on it too. So yeah, definitely a bunch of little knick-knack stuff you got to change on this piece of junk in order to make it work. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. I'm tired of it. Can't wait till it's in the car. It's running. Now I can get on my car. Well, get this other motor done. Then get on my car. Because I am Ecoboost out right now. Alright, I'm going to continue knocking that out. I'm going to finish the video here for you guys to see me get mad and kick this thing over on the stand and sling it outside. Big pain in the ass, it's just a little motor. It better live. Better live. And better run good. Whew. If not, you have a video of me spazzing out on this piece of junk. Alright. Keep watching. I don't know what's going to happen. Might shoot a rod to it, grenade, I don't know. I'm going to end this video here, though. Like I said, I will take this thing, football, kick it outside. Alright, peace out, G's. I am done. I have had enough. Can't take it no more.